10 years ago, if you would have asked me what I did, I would have said, I'm an American soul artist. You know, I'm realizing my relationship to the city is changing. As I get a little bit older, turning into more of the ambassador for the city. I want to be a spokesperson for the creative space. I think what we're experiencing right now, coming out of the pandemic, is a 7 to 10 year window of renaissance that can happen in the city. A lot of people are waking up to the fact that St. Louis is not just the place that we wanted to grow up in and get out of. I think we're starting to see that St. Louis is a place that deserves resources, especially in places that have traditionally and historically not gotten those resources. I think my passion for pouring into and creating opportunities for young creatives comes from the fact that that's what people did for me. It's always been this drive to want to help and develop and work with young people to achieve their highest potential, first of all, as human beings, and then say, now what do you want to do? And helping to facilitate them moving in the areas that they want to be in. The more I got into facilitating community development, it started to shift. Live Creative STL Ecosystem, that's the overarching umbrella. It's comprised of two main components. The for-profit side is Life Creative Group. Life Creative Group is the entity and company that I started primarily to provide a place for shared equity for all the young creatives that I work with right now. On the nonprofit side, what you have now is a wonderful collection of partners. So you have Beyond Housing, a financial service firm, American Portfolios, Maryville University, M1 Bank, and then you have UMSL Accelerate. And it's all connected up under this umbrella of the Life Creative STL ecosystem. And the STL is very intentional. What I do here at the Chess Hall of Fame, I think, is indicative of what that is. I work with the folks here to create space, opportunity, experiences, and resources for young creatives to come in. When they call this the World Chess Hall of Fame, it is literally the center of chess for the entire world. And so I think it's a great mapping together of this idea that, like, we need to tell these narratives to help us facilitate a new way of thinking about our city. And that takes strategy and improvisation. The next move, I want to be able to now take my young creatives and position them to now be curators. To have a writer's round that's akin to what you would see in Nashville at Bluebird Cafe, but have it in the backside of Kingside Diner. But as much as it takes resources, it takes relationship. Music at the Intersection is a way for me to really be a mouthpiece for what I feel is a renaissance that's coming to St. Louis. It gives us an event that people can consume. Not just the music and the level of talent, but the culture and the philosophy of really what makes St. Louis a great city. Whether it's the World Chess Hall of Fame or it's Grand Center, these are all places and spaces where these young creators are going to converge, live, work. One of the best investments you can make is into the creative space and these young creatives in this city, and to telling and remapping the story of St. Louis to be, I believe, true to what we really are. We're a beautiful contradiction that seeks resolution and can find it.